Yesterday was Columbus Day, and today is, in the United States of America, the observance of Columbus Day. And by observance, I mean it is the day when bankers take the day off and the rest of us forget that's Columbus Day. Unless we stop by the bank to pick up some money and find it closed. Or happen to look at a calendar, of course. In history, there's certain years that kind of spring to mind because they've been incorporated into some childish rhyme in grade school. And this is one of them, 1492. In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. And in school we're taught a lot of things about Columbus. Of course, most of them are pretty much bullshit. I remember hearing that Columbus discovered America when I was young. I don't think it was actually something that I saw in the history book in grade school. Just something you always hear. And of course, America was first settled by human beings about 10,000 years ago, I believe is the estimate, during an ice age. People migrating over land bridges and such. Of course, the Vikings stopped by the place, mapped it out at least, and I think we have Columbus to thank, though, for having Native Americans that are called Indians, because the schmuck thought he discovered India, but or thought he found another way to India. But my basic point here is that other historical events happened. A long chain of historical events was, of course, contributed to in 1492 in Spain, the area that Columbus lived in and sailed out of. And the main historical event I wish to speak of was that in 1492, after they had conquered some Muslim lands, the rulers of Spain, Ferdinand and Isabella, basically declared that all the Jews in Spain had a certain amount of time to pack their bags and get the hell out, or to convert to their religion. 4 months, actually. They gave them a 4-month grace period. They could leave with their possessions, which didn't include gold, silver, or minted money. And the estimates are between 130,000 and 800,000 Jews were expelled, and between 50 and 70,000 chose to convert to Catholicism. And that was, of course, a spiffy move on their part, because they were basically who the Spanish Inquisition then went on to target for false conversions. The suspicion that they had converted on only the most superficial level and were in fact secretly still being Jews. So they, of course, had a fun time in store for them for choosing their newfound religious zeal. But also, in 1492, funny story, the world was, of course, expected to end in apocalypse, because the world has pretty much always been expected to end in apocalypse for the past 2,000 years. But according to the Byzantine calendar, it was the date of creation, the year 7,000. 7,000 years after creation, and it was expected to end in the apocalypse. The end of the world was coming. And of course they were wrong, just as so many religions have and will continue to be wrong, including the one I grew up in, that I expected the end of the world multiple times in the past century and got it wrong every single time. So that's pretty much the end of my ramble. Just wanted to ring in this joyous holiday with my fellow YouTubians out there. You all enjoy your observance of Columbus Day, and I guess we'll all get together when the hangovers wear off tomorrow from our uproarious celebrations.